Claude Design dropped and it changed everything about design. But in reality, it's way more hype than most people realize. And this is exactly why what you've been seeing on X isn't the full story. If you think Claude Design is doing something groundbreaking or that those insane demos floating around are proof you need to switch to it, you are actually wrong here. The tool itself isn't even the reason those designs look so good, and the way people are using it is quietly working against them in a way most haven't caught on to yet. Claude Design was marketed as a revolutionary product for the design industry the moment it dropped. People started calling it a Figma killer or the end of designers, and the impact was big enough that Figma's stock kept decreasing and its valuation took a hit. It is a tool for creating realistic prototypes, wireframes, designs, pitch decks, and other different types of designs. But the reality is that it's more hype than anything. It is literally Claude Code repackaged as another tool and sold as one, because Claude Code can do the same and possibly more. There are features like editing and comments in Claude Design, but nothing here is something Claude Code cannot do if you give it the right tools. And when we say this is Claude Code repackaged, it is not because we didn't test it. We gave it a simple prompt, asking it to create a community website, and answered the questions it had. It created two designs that were impressive on their own and much better than the way Claude used to generate landing pages previously, but they still had a lot of problems. One version was cut off at the pricing section and there was no footer at all. So we tested how Claude Code would perform with a similar prompt. We used Opus 4.7 on high effort to compare the two, and the design it produced stood on par with Claude Design's capabilities. There were a few issues, like the font color of the sign up button not being chosen correctly, but overall it was a really well-built design. And this was despite not having the design harness and without any special prompting that Claude Design has built in, purely on its own with us providing almost nothing. But the demos you must have seen around look impressive, and there is something hidden behind them. Most of what is circulating on social media is based on hype rather than what the tool actually does on its own. People generate designs by following extensive workflows and then present them as if Claude Design built everything in one shot. But those same workflows can be run in Claude Code directly without needing Claude Design at all. So even though this product is built for designers, they should just use Claude Code instead of Claude Design, because this way they will be able to try out different variations, experiment more, and get the same, if not better, results than Claude Design. They can iterate more times with Claude Code instead of being cut short right when the design is actually getting somewhere. Building on top of what the site already is instead of starting over every time gives them better control over the direction of each design. And because everything Claude Code produces is real code, what they end up with is not a throwaway prototype, but something that can be shipped directly into the product without being rebuilt by someone else afterward. And on top of all this, there is a cost problem with Claude Design. Claude Code can do the same things at a much cheaper cost, while Claude Design is billed separately and counted toward limits that run weekly, and it does not count toward your other limits, but it burns through usage at a much faster pace than you would normally expect with models through other Claude apps. This hits designers the hardest because the quota is so low that they cannot really experiment the way they need to, and their limit runs out after just a few design iterations. And this is exactly what a lot of people are complaining about. When someone was working with it, they ran out of their design limit fast just after around 20 design iterations, even when they were on the highest max plan. And plenty of others say they hit the limit in just 1 hour and still end up with a simple design that is easily implementable with Claude Code in one shot. So it's not really usable in practice since they are hitting the limits before they can even finish the workflow they are working on, making it much worse compared to Claude Code limits. The reason Claude Design's work looks so impressive is actually the Opus 4.7 model drop, not the tool itself. Opus 4.7 is again the state-of-the-art model with amazing capabilities and is performing better across all of the benchmarks. But the upgrade that actually matters here is vision. This model has substantially better vision and can see images at a much greater resolution than it was able to previously. Claude Opus 4.6 was able to analyze images at a resolution of 1.15 megapixels, while the 4.7 is able to analyze 3.75 megapixels. So that implies it is able to understand design from a reference much better. If you give it a reference design, it processes that reference with much better clarity and picks up on things it would have missed before. With this model upgrade, Anthropic filled the only gap where Claude models were lacking and needed extensive work, which was front-end design. This model is more tasteful and creative when completing a task, and on its own it produces higher quality interfaces and designs. So when Claude Design dropped, it was featured with a lot of hype because of its insane designs, but in reality it was the model that got better. It was not the tool that got so insanely good that it resulted in the different visuals you see. Claude Design was another clever way of selling something and creating hype around it by Anthropic. Now you can get the same benefits you get in Claude Design in Claude Code too, or possibly better. You can replicate Claude Design's questioning flow in Claude Code by creating a simple skill. When you create a project in Claude Design, you give a prompt and it asks a lot of questions so it can properly ascertain the design direction. It asks far more than Claude Code's planning mode does, but a skill can do exactly the same. The skill contains instructions on how to run a questioning session, just like Claude Design, using questions to fill in the gaps the prompt creates and asking about what needs to be built. It defines when to trigger follow-up questions and how the flow should actually work. It also includes example questions for running the session, a library of questions, and even ASCII layouts of sites so it can determine the positioning of elements in the landing page. So if you give it a prompt, it uses the skill and asks questions related to the gaps it identifies, just like Claude Design. It asks multiple questions across different areas, and once it has all the information needed to implement, it starts building. The best part is that it directly outputs code, so there is no design to code handoff. And with this approach, you can iterate as much as you want without worrying about running out of limits in just an hour. The UI generation from the same type of prompt, along with the similar questioning flow in Claude Code, was more or less similar to what Claude Design generated. The main difference is that Claude Design had an edge in certain aspects where it made the website more immersive by adding small animations to make it look more engaging. But before we move forwards, let's have a word by our sponsor, HeyGen. You've probably tried making a video with an AI tool. 20 minutes in, you're juggling timelines, re-recording voiceovers, and fighting lip sync that looks like a bad dub. HeyGen skips all of that. HeyGen is the AI video generator that just shipped a brand new CLI, meaning a full digital twin avatar video can be generated with a single command. No timeline, no camera, no crew. Record your digital twin once, and HeyGen lets you publish consistently without refilming, turning newsletters, PDFs, PowerPoints into videos. Generate fully edited multi-scene videos from a single prompt with Video Agent, then translate for a global audience with full lip sync. Build with avatars, voices, Video Agent, translation, and more at developers.heygen.com. Digital twins require verified consent. Your content is never used to train public models, and the whole platform is built for enterprise-grade security. Start shipping studio-quality videos without touching a camera. Click the link in the pinned comment and try HeyGen today. Most of the scroll interacting designs you might have seen on X when people were showing off Claude Design are just sites using video backgrounds, which makes them look far more premium and gives the impression that they are more impressive than they actually are. Most of the demos are often just prompts copied from sites that provide ready-to-use prompt templates. These prompts include a link to a video that is meant to be used as a background, along with detailed guidelines on how to implement it. So any agent is capable of implementing this kind of website, not just Claude Design, as long as it is given similar prompts. But these are only sample prompts for showcase sites. In reality, production-grade applications are built using libraries like Lenis, which is used in many production apps, as well as GSAP, which is one of the most popular libraries for implementing smooth animations that make the website experience far more immersive than before. To test this, we actually downloaded a video and in our prompt just told Claude Code to use the video as the hero section along with the color themes we wanted, and it implemented the rest of the website on its own. We only had to correct it once, where we had to explain what the video was about. And it incorporated the style perfectly into the landing page, making it much better than the previous version. The website was implemented really well, which is quite powerful given how simple the prompt was, and it included different animations and interactions that made this part of the site much more powerful and interactive than before with Claude's capabilities. Now, in Claude Code, you can also supplement it with more tools with ease compared to Claude Design, because Claude Code is more technically capable and can implement things more seamlessly. You can even use an open source skill like scrollytelling, which basically enables scrolling storytelling animations in your project. So with this skill, Claude can easily implement multi-level storytelling from a simple prompt and work to create animations that go much further in depth than what Claude Design would be able to do on its own. Also, if you are enjoying our content, consider pressing the hype button because it helps us create more content like this and reach out to more people. Using Claude Code instead of Claude Design makes it easier to implement UIs, because with Claude Code, you can integrate built-in design systems with ease by incorporating components from ShadCN, Aceternity, or Hero UI, which already include a lot of pre-built animations. This reduces the need for the model to figure out how each component should look and behave, and instead lets it focus on improving the overall design. So the output is much easier to reach compared to working directly in Claude Design by default. You can also use front-end design skills or other specialized skills tailored to your project, built using a skill creator that analyzes the current state of the project. This helps it implement features more effectively without wasting time. Claude Code is also more flexible because you can connect MCP servers to it. For example, you can use a ShadCN MCP server, so the agent can install the right components on its own instead of being explicitly explicitly told what to use and where. Similarly, you can use various MCPs that help build UIs more effectively rather than relying on a purely generated design. Even with models like Opus 4.7 and tools like Claude Design, straight up generated designs often reveal that they were produced by a model because they tend to follow similar patterns. But using established libraries helps reduce this issue and makes the output feel more natural and less predictable. The biggest advantage of using Claude Code instead of Claude Design is that you can connect it to Git. Now, even though you can connect GitHub to Claude Design as well, there's a huge difference in how they both work. Claude Design's Git integration is fairly basic. It mainly allows it to fetch files from a connected GitHub repository and use them to understand designs, but its purpose is mostly limited to reading and referencing. It does not really make changes to the repository. Claude Code, on the other hand, is very different. It can perform full Git operations like commits, branching, and more. So if something goes wrong in your implementation, or if you prefer an older version after making changes, you can easily revert back to a previous version using Git. That's something you wouldn't be able to do with Claude Design as you use it, which makes Claude Code a much stronger approach. For designing different prototypes instead of going to Claude Design or using Figma, it is more effective if you just make mockups straight in HTML. For trying out different variations, you can also make use of parallel agents and work trees to divide tasks, similar to how Claude Design explores designs, but in a Git-managed way, so you can keep the best version and discard the rest easily. You can simply give it a prompt to use sub-agents in separate work trees and ask each agent to implement a different variation of the same design. With that, Claude will spawn agents in separate workspaces. Using parallel agents helps you save both time and effort while exploring multiple directions at once. Now, once each agent has finished its work, you get multiple variations that you can review at any time and choose whichever one best suits your needs. From there, you can make changes and continue building the app based on the exact style that you like the most. And despite not being generated by Claude Design, each of the generated designs still has an aesthetic look with proper SVGs created entirely through code to depict elements and a much better overall balance. You can then merge your preferred version into main and remove the work trees that contain the designs you didn't like. The skills used here, along with other resources, are available in AI Labs Pro for this video and for all our previous videos, from where you can download and use it for your own projects. If you found value in what we do and want to support the channel, this is the best way to do it. The link's in the description. That brings us to the end of this video. If you'd like to support the channel and help us keep making videos like this, you can do so by using the super thanks button below. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.